Good day, ladies and gentlemen. We've got the pleasure to make a presentation at the EV call this year. And let me take this opportunity to make an introductory note to our presentation. This presentation on pauses and slips of the tongue is a progress report of our project. And this is a portion of our bigger project called SpEAKs, or Universitas Negeri Malang Spoken English in Academic Contexts. We've just been dealing with teachers' questioning and students' engagement in EFL classroom activities. And now I'm happy to make a co-presentation with my colleagues, Dr. Nurenzia Yanuar and Tia Faradiba. Let me now call upon Dr. Nurenzia Yanuar. Renzi, please.
Thank you, Pak Yazid. So this is the structure of our presentation. And this is why we are doing this research. It is because slip of the tongue, the phenomenon that we are looking at, is a natural phenomenon. So it can happen in daily conversation, also happening in more formal situations. So it is very common for people to have slips of the tongue. So we would like to discuss it further. And this is the objective of our study. We are analyzing slips of the tongue made by male and female students of the English department of our university, Universitas Negeri Malang, and we base it on corpus data, SpEAKs. And we also would like to find the types of slips of the tongue among the speakers, and also finding reasons that can support the occurrence of slips of the tongue. And the theory that we are going to use is a theory proposed by Fromkin in 1973, and it covers several types of slip of the tongue, including these ones. And this is the design, the methodology of our research. So we use qualitative method combined with structured interview. And the setting is through SpEAKs. So it is a corpus data, and it includes 6 group presentations that were recorded. And we also did some interviews with 10 students of the English department. And so these are the data that were collected. So recordings in SpEAKs and also interview data. We use several research instruments ourselves, so the researchers, NCONG, and then transcriber, and also set of questions that we prepare for the interview. And we also use Google Docs. This is what we did during the analysis: finding symbols, transcribing, analyzing manually, analyzing using NCONG, and then calculating the data, and also finding reasons. Okay, so for the findings, it will be presented by our colleague, Tia.
All right, so here is the table. So as you can see here, there are 8 types of slips of the tongue, and for the anticipations, as you can see that there are 75 in total made slips of the tongue made by female, and then there are 24 slips of the tongue that are made by male students, and the most types of slips of the tongue that are made by male students is additions, and also female students, the most types of slips of the tongue that are made by female students is additions. And the next is here. So these are the reasons for slips of the tongue. So from the context analysis of SpEAKs, we found that there are 3 reasons. The first is setting of situation and also nervousness and the speaker him or herself. And then from the interview data, there are several reasons such as speaking too fast, nervousness, anxiety, and also the speaker such as lack of vocabulary, didn't understand well, do not know how to pronounce, and not familiar with the words or forget the words, and then to give an opportunity to think. And these are two reasons that we took from the interview. So the first one is mostly because I'm not familiar with those words, or just my nervousness when I forget about my materials. So it means that the students sometimes getting nervous. So he or she made slips of the tongue. And next, so here the discussion. Yeah. So there are 75 slips of the tongue that are made by female speakers divided into seven types of slips of the tongue, and then male speakers make 24 slips of the tongue. So there are 3 types of 24 slips of the tongue that are made by male speakers. And the next is, so here additions is the common type of slip of the tongue that are made by male and also female students. And from the context analysis of SpEAKs, there are 3 reasons, as I said before. And then from the interview data, next. The only reason from context analysis of SpEAKs data and interview data is nervousness. So it means that nervousness is the main reasons, that the same reasons between interview data and also the context analysis that we took from SpEAKs data. And the next is the conclusion. Here is there are 21 female students made 75 slips of the tongue, including perseveration, exchange, blends, shifts, substitutions, additions, and deletion. And then 5 male students made 24 slips of the tongue. There are 3 types: substitutions, additions, and deletion. And then also nervousness or anxiety is the reason that support the occurrence of slips of the tongue. And then slips of the tongue which happen to male and female students of English Department Universitas Negeri Malang in group presentations are dominated by additions and then followed by deletions errors. That's it. Thank you very much. And
so that brings to the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. And if you have any questions, we would be very happy to answer them.